Okay, so I've got to make this video before the season ends. It's season 13. Um, I am a casual player. By this number, I'm sure it's not going to look like it, but I've got some proof here in just a second. Um, I I just thoroughly enjoy this build so much. I had to do this. Here is my proof of casual player. Um, Okay, so up until season 4, I had the game when it first came out. I boycotted Blizzard because it didn't come out with the Necromancer. So for the first 3 seasons or so, I didn't play. There was no reason for it, and I liked the Wizard. It was the only one that kind of, you know, came into the Diablo 2 Passover kind of deal. Everything else is kind of just random. And of course, I didn't have a Necromancer back then. But here's the point that I wanted to make: is my Paragon level is nothing, and then when I do, I am a lazy builder. So of course, Monk Innas and multi-shot. So I've got pets running around. I did try the Barbarian because I thought that was going to help me out a little bit, and then again, pushing with Innas and the Monk, I was able to get to about 500, and that was my basic goal. Each season is to break 500. My friends list would help me get up above there as a casual player, maybe 400, depending on the work season, of course, home life. Got to answer the phone, got to deal with the kids, got to make lunch, supper, that kind of stuff. You just don't have time to push 3,000. This was a really busy season, so I didn't get a chance. Season 12, the Impaler came out, which was just kind of amazing. I was able to push my first 70, and I was really impressed with it, so I stuck with it through this season, and it helped me push past 500 to about 750-ish. But here's the thing that I love about this season, is this. In off-season, I have about 900 total for all of the seasons that I've played, going on about 10 seasons now. Now, I know there's people out there with 2, 3, 5,000 para, but as a casual player making, 500 para a season, my goal was to break 1,000 in off-season. Now, with this build alone, in this season alone, I actually stopped for a little bit because I didn't really want to break 1,000 in the season. I wanted to finish my goal of 1,000 off season, and then season 14 go ahead and push past 1,000 just to keep my goals. But the season isn't over yet. I think there's probably 5-6 more days left, so I may just knock out the last 50 just to do it in both off and regular season play. Now, the original video for this build, I'll throw up a link in the description. It's a guy called Pchild. It's called Diablo 3 Tal Rasha Ladder Push Build, patch 2.6.1. Now, as a casual player and a lazy build player, I'm not too sure how I even came across this, except my multiplayer got my multi-shot build, got this as a drop, so I wanted to find something lazy to build around it. Now, this build is in no way lazy. It's insane. You're always pushing buttons, so as a lazy player, casual player, I'm not too sure how I even came across this. His video will show you exactly what to do, but it's the 6-piece Tal Rasha set. Minus the offhand. The offhand is going to be the etched sigil. You're going to want Unity or Halo, swap them back and forth for whichever one is best. You'll also want the Aquila and the Grand Vizier, I think it's called, because it's a meteor build. Now, this piece, the Mantle of Channeling, drops level 1, you're going to end up finding this thing. So this one isn't going to be too hard. And then of course the COE. Elite players swear by it. I have no idea why I even put it on there. Death Wish for a weapon, and now I can't really pronounce these. The Nilfers Boasts boots. It's all about Meteor. Now, his video or my video, you can pause, but basically I just fell in love with this build, so I had to do this quick to prove that as a casual player, I can break 1,000 para in one season. Now, I've only been doing this for maybe the last quarter of the season, so you know, I went from 500 para to almost 1,000 just with this build. Obviously, proof is all the seasons past that I've gone through. Now, I'll go through some of them quick, but let's see. Right mouse button, Arcane Turret, Static Discharge. Left mouse button, Ray of Frost, Cold Blooded. 1, Storm Armor, Power of Storm. 2, Meteor Shower. 3, Teleport Calamity. 4, Magic Weapon, Deflection. And then some of your passives: Galvanizing Ward, Audacity, Illusionist, and Unwavering Will. If you want to copy this, which I really hope you do because I just love this, go ahead and pause it at any time. And then, of course, like I said, Tell Rasha, gloves. And then, of course, this really helps out. And then you can see, too, able to do 90s no problem. So I threw up some of the spare on there at level 80. Same with the rings, or not the rings, I guess. I started getting lazy and excited to throw them on there because I actually could. And again, his video will have a little bit more of what I was trying to do. I think as a casual player, I just threw stuff together, tried to modify as much as I could to as close as I could. Like adding chance to deal area of damage on this one, increased meteor damage on a lot of the other stuff. Of course, where is it? Reduce all resource costs. Why did I do that? And then fire damage on some of this other stuff. Like I said, again, his video will explain a little bit more about what to do. So if you panic, what you're going to want to do is left and right mouse button to help keep your elements up. Now your elements are going to pop as soon as you start casting. There's 1, there's 2, and of course channeling. That was important as well. Oh, I didn't go over the gems. Just getting excited about the video. Anyway, Storm Armor. Now you got a shield, weapon, and then when you're actually in gameplay and you want to keep this up, you're going to want to get your first 2 elements up by number 2 and number 3. 2, 3. Then left and right mouse button make your 4. Then to keep them up, your left and right mouse button alternatively will reset the elements. So I have mouse move. I mouse move around a little bit. I found something to shoot at. I shoot at it. I right click to keep it reset. Left click, right click to reset. Now you can do this backwards. You can click on the monsters as you find them, and then. But me, casual player, I panic. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Now I'm pressing shift in here, but when you're covered with a bunch of monsters, mobs or whatever, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so T13. I don't know, I was just messing around in here. Now this is my casual play. 1 cast, just the cold Ray of Frost, messing around. I'm not a, hey, this has to be done, speed riff, how come we didn't finish it in 1 minute kind of player. There, I pressed Arcane to keep going. Here's some stuff that drops, so as you can see, I'm getting beat up and I'm picking up stuff, which is kind of important. Hey, you got a phone call, you get up, you answer the phone, and you just get beat on for a while, and it's no big deal. And I do know that the level of despair that I have on helps out quite a bit as well. So panic. And like I said, just this is my casual playing. I go around, I grab some things, shoot stuff. I'm more interested in what I got. When my friends join or we're in a group together, I think the majority of our time is spent hanging out, running around in circles in town, talking about whatever it is that we're talking about at that time. Now I have told my friends about this, and they do push 70s and 80s as well, which is really interesting, because I'm glad that they were able to do it. And that's kind of why I did this, was to draw attention to Pchild's video. As a casual player, being able to do something as high as break a 70 is really, really cool. And then in order to do like 80s, 90s, my goal next season, if I break 1,000 para in this season, would be to break Gr100, which I think if I focus on this for the whole season should be doable. Let's get out of here. If you're still watching, I'll go ahead and I'll open up an 80 and show that it's, of course, not that hard, but this is pretty much the same as Pchild. I'm almost at 1,000. He has quite a few extra, all of his stuff is ancient, where I think if I had, 4, 5, 6 more pieces of ancient with some high levels on there, I'd probably be able to do the, the Gr100 like he can, which would be freaking awesome, since my GRs are usually, I was happy to do T2. Last season it was nice to do T6 and help people do their, their rushes or their power levels or whatever. Let's get this to, I hate the regular rift close. Doesn't close as fast as the normal rift. And right, so I don't know what I was doing there. I must have been just messing around. Let's go. Oh, let's just do 80. I don't want to get all crazy with this. Now mine are all set up like his, and of course I'm in not too much of a hurry here. Mine are set up pretty much like his. I kind of want to switch these around so I can do my storm armor and magic weapon here, so that I can kind of focus on 1 and 2 when my elements go down. But at 1, 4, 2, 3, left, right, and it's reset. Now run over here. The meteor is kind of a delay, so sometimes I'll hit these guys and I'll keep moving. Oh, kind of got surrounded there a little bit. I kind of aim with my left mouse button, and I'll click with my right mouse button on the individual, and then I try and aim at whatever's closest to me. Now, I'm not too sure about the numbers, the damage I'm pushing, or anything else. All I know is that this particular build works, and I'm doing an 80. After doing 20s, doing an 80 no problem is, like I said, as a casual player, this is just great. So I don't know. Now that I'm in and playing, I'll probably just finish this up. I might cut the actual rift itself out, or I might leave it in there. I'll leave it in there. If you guys want to watch the rest of this and see how I get through this. Actually, I'm surprised. Usually there's something that comes out and I mess up and die by now, but ooh, a little bit of lag. There, see, I'm messing around. I'm killing everything. I'm not going straight for the elites. notice I'm not leaving the trash. Oop, clicking a little bit off the screen there. I'm doing my casual play. This should help a little bit, a little speed boost. And then again, I know I'm in a greater rift, but for some reason I'm looking for the drops. Oh, here's good. Look at that! I got blasted. I was hoping there was some of those boomer things. That was kind of a light blast. Hopefully I can find something either on this level or a new level that will show that I can kind of stand in the middle of stuff without getting too bashed. Now I have a friend. I don't want to say his name. Yes, I have a friend in Diablo. He plays Monk quite often, so... Oh, I wonder what the hell happened there. Anyway, oh, I swore, that's awesome. He plays Monk, so he pushes higher greater rifts than I ever could. But basically, it's nice when he joins in every once in a while. We'll touch base, we'll play a few, but having a Monk stand in the middle of everything and make it all in one place is nice. Then you really can just kind of run up to the next location and then redo your elements. Is that in the lead? There you go. Look at that, I've got everything going off. Getting blasted. Be nice to see an arcane turret, or a laser. I forget what they're called. The big giant laser beams that come out and go in a circle, and sometimes I'll call them lightsabers depending on how bad they kill me. But yeah, so if you're in no hurry, if you're a casual player, this is definitely entertainment. Now, this is one-handed. Oh, am I gonna make it? Oh, start it over. Okay. So anyways, this is one-handed. There's just two elements, me clicking away on stuff. So I suppose I could reset it. Two, three. There's my four elements. So again, I just left click and then I right click on the monsters every once in a while, then I scroll where I need to go. Right click on all the monsters. Monsters, mobs, right click, right click, right click. Left click, hold left down, right click, right click. Hold left down, right click, right click. Keeps your elements up. You don't have to click as much as I do. At a certain point, I guess I have unlimited arcane power, so I just click away all over on the screen. It doesn't matter too much. If you move, like I'm clicking on him, if you click on the floor, you'll move a little bit. You can click on some other stuff. But by now, my habit is to wheel mouse where I need to go. You'll probably want to fast forward through some of this, but let's see. So yeah, this is why I enjoy this. It's just kick butt. Now, I literally started when I finally got all the pieces, except for the bracers. I couldn't give up the Nemesis bracers at first. I started at my Gr70, and I went up in 10s until I got to 80 and started getting my butt kicked. So I basically got past. I got past 70, no problem, without the bracer. So that would be without the full set, or any spare that alone is pretty impressive that you can do this without a lot of the pieces. Um, you'll find as you add the pieces that everything changes, and you'll find as you modify the pieces to fit Pchild's build that it'll all start coming together. And then at that point, it really doesn't matter that you don't have your nemesis. Well, if you're like me and a casual player, I like the extra chance at drops, and also for me, anyways, the nemesis helps me get my G-Rift done a little bit quicker than, you know, running around chasing stuff down. Now, this might get annoying for elitists, where, you know, I'm not running through the trash mobs. I'm killing everything. I'm killing everything because that's my play style. Sometimes I will pass some stuff up, but usually it's all or nothing. And again, this brings me back to the convention of elements. An elitist will tell you that you have to do things. Oops, my stuff is about to go down. An elitist will tell you that you have to do things a certain way, or it just doesn't work. Now, if that was true, I wouldn't be finishing this rift by killing all this trash mob. I would be so far behind because, you know, I don't even know how many elites were in this so far. Maybe a couple on the last level. If I was playing with a Crusader, it would just suck because he would be so far ahead, and I would be stuck in a doorway dead somewhere. Oh, there's an elite. I could actually run away from him if I wanted. Oh, wait, go back. Okay. Yeah, perfect. See, I stood in the middle of all that, and nothing. Get this guy out of the way. And yes, give me some stuff. Stuff and things. Love it. So I didn't mean for this video to go on that long. Like I said, the very beginning is basically to prove that I'm a casual player and to show that a casual player can knock out some higher rifts. None of this is. I think I was working on these just to do my next, to get some gems ready if I was to get a couple of ancients. Don't see that happening this season though, because they are very stingy with just about everything this season, which doesn't really surprise me. Alright, so there you go. Proof that, and of course with the despair, I should have made this when I first started doing this because it was just amazing. I think I should have stayed on that screen a little bit. It showed that I did a 92. I've been pushing myself a little bit here. Okay, everything maxed out, of course, because you know I'm well above 750 or whatever the breakpoint is. Movement, arcane power really doesn't matter because it's full all the time. Vitality, I seriously never get hit. Every once in a while, dorking around, I'll take this and put it into there, but there's no real reason to do anything other than movement speed and intelligence. And on the movement speed, I don't get how this works. They say put 25 points in it, and then it's maxed out, and then put the other 25 up here. I don't understand how that actually works. As a casual player, it doesn't make much sense, but whatever. I threw it in there just to be comfortable, and then the rest in intelligence. So there you go. And now I get to run around in circles in town and enjoy another game. So I hope you liked that. Like I said, give Pchild's video a real look because that's where I got this from. And It's just great. Like I said, as a casual player, if you want to push past Gr70 with ease, this worked for me. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.